All right, traders. So I want to dive into Bitcoin. Everybody talks about Bitcoin. Everybody analyzes about Bitcoin. And I would like to show you something that this might happen in the future. Bitcoin is a monster. As you guys know, Bitcoin is aggressive, but Bitcoin make you really rich if you know how to trade and when to buy or to sell. Let's dive right into it. So if we're looking at the monthly time frame right here, so this one is the monthly time frame. It did actually look beautiful. In the past, we had the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high. Supposed to have the higher low, but unfortunately, the higher low did break through, and now we are turning the monthly time frame into a bullish to a bearish. So if we're looking at the support and resistance level, where we can see on the gray AOI, I thought about on this case that we are heading back to the upside because I was planning to buy around on the 70,000 between 65,000 area in order to buy more Bitcoin. However, it didn't turn out in that way. So now we are slowly moving next to the support level, which is around 60,000. Okay, and it literally hit at the 60,000 and it did reject. And if we look at in a smaller time frame into the 4-hour time frame, as you guys can see here, we literally received a rejection of the 4-hour time frame. If we go further into the 1-hour time frame, you guys can see very, very clearly that it may want to hold on to this support level at the 60,000 level area, but it doesn't mean anything. Let's go back to the monthly time frame and let's work from top to bottom. So right here, we have the beautiful 60,000 support level. Why is this? Because we have the rejection right over here, a rejection right over here. It break through, came back down to the same level that rejected in the past, and then it did bounce back to the upside. What I'm thinking is that 60,000 is a very strong support level because the monthly time frame aligns with the weekly time frame. Weekly has a strong support level, so it indicates that it may want to hold, play around with it for a period of time, and then go back to the upside. However, if this is not the case, then we need to go further down, approximately at the 30,000 level. And it's very, very painful, but for some other traders or long-term investors, it is good for them in order to invest more into Bitcoin. But we're all hoping that 60,000 will stay right there and then we can go back to the upside. Over here, I do have two area of interest, which is the two support level. So the first one, as I said, we have around 30,000. And then the next one, it will be around 25,000. So right now, since we are at the 60,000 support level and it did literally reject, I'm going to show you when actually to buy. In my technical analysis, you need to figure it out when it will turn from bearish to bullish. So first of all, we have the shift of structure. So what is the shift of structure? So basically the shift of structure is we are going bearish. So which means we have the lower high, the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low. Once you guys see some consolidation, actually an indication that it might want to go back to the upside. If you see something like this, it is a shift of structure. Why is it a shift of structure? It is because of this area. So if we are moving from bearish, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then we have actually of the pattern a support level that it doesn't really want to go back down. I can zoom in. So basically, we have the lower low, lower high, and then we didn't create any other lower low. So it literally hold up at the same level of the lower low. And once it did hold the level, it pushed back up. So we are basically breaking the lower high to turn into a new higher high. And that's why we call it the higher high. Higher high, and then the higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. What does it mean? Around this area, it is creating the shift of structure. And basically right here, it is literally starting to create a bullish momentum. So we have the higher high, higher low, as I said, higher high, higher low. So this is the shift of structure that we are looking for in Bitcoin. However, just because we do have to shift our structure, it doesn't really mean that it really goes into the bullish momentum. So there are many other ways, and you have to double, triple, confirm, even quadruple confirm that it really goes into the opposite direction. Anyways, so do you think that Bitcoin is going back to the upside at the level of 60,000? Or do you guys think that Bitcoin can go further down because everybody is so afraid that all the investors and the traders are losing more money and then may go back to the 30,000? So please comment down below, what do you think? And as always, you gain, you execute, you succeed. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.